what would you say has been your secret then to like the September 121K? What happened there?
Uh, we hired a full-time office manager, and that took a huge load off of me. Everybody says that office managers cost money. They make money, and so we proven that just over 3 months. So it's a huge help. So
I love that, man. I love the way you said that. It's not a cost center, it's an investment center. Hello, 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 and welcome back to yet another episode of Electricpreneur Secrets, the Electricians Podcast. And this is episode 215, one that many of you have been waiting for, about how Zach Bennett, ZB Electric, has been doubling sales and enjoying life. We've got a ton to unpack here today in just a short time, so let me cut right to the chase. I'm your host, Clay Newmeyer. With me, as always, my esteemed co-host, Joseph Lucani, and we're the Electricpreneurs, just a couple of master electricians with business addictions, hanging in here with you 5 days a week to help you master your sales, simplify your pricing, and deliver premium level service. Joe, would it be wrong of us to want to do that for this fantastic crowd?
No, it is most certainly not. And I'm actually one of the people who has been really enthusiastically waiting for this interview because Zach is an absolute beast. And I am so insanely proud of what he's accomplished.
You know what? You just did an awesome intro. And I just want to point out, I don't think people understand how awesome your intros are in every class, every day of the week. Like somehow, Joe, you guys got to know this. Joe's got this incredible ability to just like recognize who's in the room, even mid-speech, talking through a very technical point or an objection handle. And he'll just be like, oh, Zach Bennett's in the room, everyone. Zach is such an all-star. It's such a blessing for us to have Zach here today. And he's not setting us short here on this one either. So, Joe, thanks for that, brother.
Truly my pleasure, man. I'm happy to be of service.
Okay, this is a really cool interview because Zach's one of the few clients that we have that actually started working with me before the Service Loop Electrical big launch, before this podcast. This is a dude who actually hired me on my birthday in 2022.
That's pretty amazing.
So extra special. This one's extra special. It hits the heart. We got some great things to unpack. What do you say we bring him in and get started?
I can't wait, man. I'm pumped. Get him out of the waiting room. Let's go.
All right. All right. Zach, will you come back from the green room, please? There he is.
Hey.
ZB, Zach, what's going on, my brother? How you doing today?
all good. How are y'all?
Fantastic. Joe,
Doing
how
awesome,
are you?
man. I'm doing phenomenal. I'm feeling incredibly blessed today. And Zach, man, I appreciate everything you're doing, not only for the team, but for you and your family and your company and all your employees.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all.
So there's some big reasons why why we've waited for this long to do an episode with Zach in the first place. Sometimes we've got some clients on the back burner here. It's not even appropriate to say that, but there's big wins happening and you can feel the gravity of them growing. And Zach, you're one of these people, I want to give you that credit, brother, where it's just like, we're just watching patiently to see where this potential is and how big it's about to blow up. One of the biggest reasons we waited till now is because this year is almost done. You and I have been working together for a little over a year and a half now, I guess.
Yeah.
We're right in that sweet spot. And so we've seen some different, tides, some different rises, some ebbs, some flows. But ultimately, over this year, you're seeing some really impressive growth. I think overall, you're about to hit about a 50% revenue jump from last year.
Mhm.
But more recently, you've had 3 of your biggest months ever at, I believe, if I got the number right, 121K, 108K, and then 113K month. Does that sound right?
That is it. Yes.
Okay. So we're going to jump back into all that. I just wanted to paint a picture for everyone what we're getting into today. Because while Zach was doing that, I happen to know for a fact you were leaving work early to go hunting with your boy.
Yeah.
And
That's a real proud moment right there.
I may have said that with some bad tonality to it, like it was a bad thing. It's actually something we're super proud of, man. But can you take us back to the beginning and when we first got together and started working together? About how far in business were you at that point?
Roughly 6 months, 7 months, somewhere right there in that area. Yeah.
So pretty new. Do you remember some of the challenges you were facing at that time?
Pricing for sure. That was number one. Was not charging enough. Didn't know what to charge. Didn't have a clue. Didn't know how to even come up with how much we needed. So I
And
know that.
without knowing that, I mean, so many people feel like there's not a good business education in our apprenticeship. Like, what were you doing before? What caused you to go out on your own and take that plunge, even though you didn't quite have those answers yet?
Going out on my own, just jumping out. I would say just the want to do things different. Obviously, I thought I was going to have a lot more money and a lot more time, freedom, which ended up I do have that. So I think that was the two biggest things was more money and then time off. So
I think that's huge, Joe.
Mhm.
More money and more time off. Have you ever heard of an electricpreneur wanting that before?
It's a weird scenario because literally the thing that you're chasing and have achieved is the thing that most people believe is impossible to achieve. Like this grind culture that so many people have submitted themselves to is like, I'm going to put in 60, 70, 80 hours a week and I'm going to build an empire by God or not. I'm going to make this happen. But you found another way. You found a way to tap into your why and the thing that really motivates you most and being able to leverage those beliefs and still put it back into the family. And because you put more time into the family, it seems like it gives you vitality to put back into your business. So it creates this success loop that is just so impressive to see accomplished.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah, I
I
agree.
agree. Zach, can I ask you a personal question quick?
Yes, go ahead.
If you can think back to when you started this, was the missus on board with it, or was she a bit reluctant, and how that might impact the family and the stability in the household?
Yeah, so she was definitely not fully on board. And the biggest thing, as far as the coaching side of it, that was we took out of our personal savings. We just had the faith that it was going to work, that we had to do it.
The business didn't pay for that to start?
No, no, we actually had to take out of our personal savings to make that first payment to get rolling. So, and it immediately come back to us. So she was on board after that. After I showed her what all you had to offer. So.
Wow, man. Well, I appreciate that. So since then, have you continued to see her involvement and her excitement for your business grow? Or would you say maybe it's the opposite of that?
Yeah, she's definitely excited about it. Some of the things I come up with, she gets a little nervous. Obviously, it's good to have a little healthy fear about things. So, but she just trusts that you guys know what you're talking about, and that I'm going to make the right decision. So,
Nice,
So
man.
far, you've never let anyone down, man. You've always been seeming to be the right decision, putting one foot in front of the other. So I'm proud of you for that.
thank you.
So then, just by simple math, then if you hired us in your first year, just 6, 7 months in, it was August. So 2022, last year was your first year then.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
and do you mind sharing a bit of roughly where you finished for the year in revenue?
2022, we were right at 567,000. So
Okay.
that was with one crew.
Nice. Nice. And I know you've had, it wasn't perfect. I think you've had a guy come and go in the last year as well.
Yeah.
But what's your current status then and in the size of your company, the number of people in the field?
So we have two lead guys, which I'm one of the lead guys right now since we lost our other guy, and two apprentices, and then the CSR.
Nice. Nice. I can't wait to dig into that as well.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
so for 2023, how do you feel the revenue is going to finish for this year, roughly?
We're going to be right at the 900,000 mark. We may go a little over. It's getting close, so we're excited about it.
Nice. Nice. So right in sort of this 40, I think I did the math earlier. It's right around 46, 47% growth. So that's really good, obviously. Very impressive, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell the whole story though, because as we said earlier, you've just come into some massive months. In these 100K plus months, that's actually after you lost the other guy. So it's still just you and your other lead, right? And the two apprentices.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you say has been your secret then to like the September 121K? What happened there?
Uh,
Mhm.
we hired a full-time office manager, and that took a huge load off of me. Um, Everybody says that office managers cost money. They make money, and so we've proven that just over 3 months. So
I,
it's a huge help. So
I love that, man. I love the way you said that. It's not a cost center, it's an investment center. Joe and I obviously strongly opinionated on this topic. We've done a few podcasts on this,
Mhm.
and likely we're a part in encouraging this for you.
yeah,
One of the things that stands out in your story is I believe you told us she's even gotten reviews with her name attached to them. Is that right?
that's correct. Yeah,
And
yeah.
what are those reviews for? How do you get a review from the office?
Just the way she handles it, scheduling, communication is a huge thing. Service work, you never know. You get into a call and it may take a little bit longer. So you need to just
Mhm.
call that customer that next appointment, just keep them informed. That's a big deal. So, um, and she answers with a smile. She really does. So she really cares. That goes a long ways.
That's
I
awesome to
love that you
hear.
said that. That's what I was going to ask next is actually how do you know it's the right type of person to do that job, and do you think that has any weight to it? And I think you just answered that.
Yeah.
So Zach, let me help dig a little bit deeper if that's okay. What are some of the things that she's been able to take off your plate and obviously allow you to be more productive in sales then?
Yeah. So, number one would be the scheduling. I would get a phone call, have to wait, try to finish my work, call them back, schedule, keeping up with other jobs myself, and she's able to answer the phone, get the job scheduled, or answer questions. And then all the back end stuff, permits, insurance stuff.
Mhm.
There's so much that goes into it. It's crazy. Paying bills. I mean, just all the little things that add up that take your time away from the business.
One of the best ways that I've heard that being described is it's almost like investing into your own mental equity, where this person, even if they didn't produce an actual revenue that was coming in every month, you're in a position now to where you're buying your own mental freedom. And with that freedom, you now have more vitality to put back into your business as a direct result, which means your clients are likely receiving a better service.
Yeah,
Isn't it amazing how only one position, literally one person, could be an absolute game changer to your entire business?
yeah, yeah. It's been amazing.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And so the CSR has been a huge piece. The pricing's been a huge piece. What would you say has been the third piece to your success, Zach, that's helped you reach this level so far?
We started giving the options with the sales training. We do that. We didn't do it perfect for a little while. We had to, learn our way into it. It was new to us. So, but giving options, even if it's a light switch, people just don't know what's available, and a lot of people are just shocked that we even show them what's available out there.
Mhm.
They may not can get all of it. Maybe they do some of it, but definitely giving them the options, letting them be in control of how much they can spend and what they want to get done.
Have you, now this one's off the cuff a bit, man, but just to play devil's advocate, have you experienced people that say, well, we don't want options?
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of people, you get into it and they just want the light switch swapped out. And so you just have to learn how to. Obviously, you got to learn through the training of how to deal with those objections. So that's been a
But
huge piece.
and you've managed to stick to the options even despite some of those challenges.
Yes, yeah, we stick to your offer. That's the biggest thing that we've done is and it's hard sometimes. It's awkward situations, but just remaining firm and sticking to your offer has been a huge help.
Do you feel like you could be where you're at without the options and the options training?
Um, no, I don't think so because I had the mindset early on, just get in there, fix the light switch, give them the bill, and go to the next one, and that's how you make money. That's what I thought. But given the options, it's just opened up a whole new, I guess, playing field for us. brings it to another level.
And what has that done for your client reviews and that relationship? Do you think it's actually helped, or has it hurt in some way, or indifferent?
Um, I think definitely reviews. I think several of our reviews mention the options. Um, I think, and it helps you create future business because they know that things are available. Maybe they can't afford it right now, but in the future, with either us following up with them or them just calling us back, say, "Hey, I'm ready for that, whatever device now." So
Like
that's
a little
been,
roadmap.
yeah, yeah,
I love that you said that, man. And so when you're seeing it in reviews, you mean like in a positive light, like people are actually saying to you, or saying in the review rather, that, oh yeah, they came, they provided options, we were able to choose, it was a great experience.
yeah, yeah. We've got several like that. So
Wow, man, really good stuff.
Couldn't be happier.
yeah,
What we're being led into now is this part that I think a lot of people find really interesting. And there was actually, you know how when you go on an electrical Facebook group and sometimes if you say something, about 3 million other electricians will jump on to kick you while you're down?
yeah,
Anyone else had that experience if you're
yeah,
watching this?
yeah.
Why are we like that? I was gonna say, just as a trade, it seems like we're always like that.
Would you say that's been your experience on the inside track with Service Loop, Zach?
Being kicked while I'm down.
Like, or is it a supportive culture or is it one that kind of tears you apart like the Facebook groups?
No, no. There's all kind of support for everything. It's definitely got the support that you need, and I mean that actually helps day to day with day to day questions, concerns, or problems. Just even mental support.
I love that. Because what I was going to say is I was going to go on a Facebook group that many of us know me from originally, the Residential Electrical Business Services, where me and Lloyd Mills did lots of stuff at first. And someone had said, listen, you can't have both. And what they were talking to was have a life and have a growing business. And it's this hustler culture
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of around where people think we've got to be David Goggins to enjoy a growing business. And while we acknowledge and we talk about consistent activity being a huge piece, I firmly believe that you can consistently treat yourself well too and insert activity that brings your livelihood up or vitality, as we've been discussing. And Zach, one of the most interesting pieces in the timing of this is that while you're hitting your biggest months ever, you're also putting a smile on your face at, I think, 2:30 p.m. You said you've been piecing out of work, grabbing the boy from school. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
And heading out hunting to have father-son time.
yeah.
How did you manage to prioritize that and even make it a part of your schedule? Or were you just ducking out on the CSR and the wife and everyone and just taking off? Like, how did you do this, man? People need to know this more than anything.
So just it is a priority. Number one, family. So just scheduling. I kind of might duck out every now and then, actually.
You might be ducking out.
He's like, came clean with it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I want to acknowledge the simplicity of your answer, though. You're scheduling it.
yeah,
And when you're finding room in the schedule, you're not filling it with other stuff. So what that means is that the CSR is truly taking a lot off your plate. And what
yeah,
it means is that the training and the integrity of your staff and everyone there is truly in tune with your mission and your vision to support this mission
yeah,
and those customers. Because otherwise, everything I've seen about lazy people who actually duck out and don't do the things that they need to do, they don't have $121,000 months while they do that.
yeah,
Nothing comes easy. So I'm giving you full credit here, but even the simplicity of your answer, if I can
Mm-hmm.
just highlight, double underline, exclamation mark, it sounds like you just put it on the schedule and you just do it.
yeah,
But I know there's so much more to that for so many people and it gets complicated. Just do it.
Yeah.
Do you have any other advice for someone else who's out there stuck in the mud, not doing the things that bring them life so that they can be a little more energetic even in the time they are in business?
The biggest thing is set your why you're in business, and stick to that, your values. That's the biggest thing, and all this will come to you. I mean, it's you just my priority is my family. Mine is faith, family, and business. So I stick to that order, and it has served me well. It's hard at times. It really is hard to make the family events, the kids' lunch. Boy, it would be easy just to keep working and get that job done, or go do that extra job and make that, whatever, that panel change out or whatever. But sticking to it and saying, no, I'm going to go make this event because I may not be able to make the next one. That's just been my number one thing. So,
One thing I want to say about that, and especially when it comes to family, is you have my respect, because it seems like you and I run on a parallel field where the days are long, but the years are short. And I love the fact that you prioritize these events, because I heard an interesting quote, which was, the only people that will remember that you worked late are your kids.
yeah,
And the fact is that you chose to say, no, I'm building these core memories for something that actually works. You've built your house on a stone foundation. And years and years and years in the future, they're going to remember the times that you went hunting. They're going to remember the event you went to, the baseball game, whatever it is you made. That'll be your legacy as a father. The business is just a bonus. And I'm so proud that you could lead with your faith instead of leading with your fear.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I love that too. And it's not the first time that the whys come up. Dorian just mentioned the why as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've got this big why piece. We've got this what, that's that offer and sticking to your offer, like Zach said. And then there's the how, that whole sales process. Zach, I do want to ask you though, how big has faith been in showing up for business every day? And I don't even, I mean, go whatever way you want with this, but like in just believing there's a reason and a higher calling for this, even how big is that for yourself and all other business owners, do you think, to be able to actually face some of the pains every day and to get through this?
I think that's it. The why is, you have to have your why, and it can't be money. To me, I mean, money is just a side effect of this. Um, I think the really truly wanting to serve people better, give them, the best service you can, and really care about them. Not just care about selling them something, but selling them something that they actually need and that will protect their family.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I
that's,
love.
yeah. Go ahead.
No, I'm so sorry to interrupt you there, but I was going to say you're so right. And I think that's what people get wrong with the options that you've managed to nail down, which is you're not selling something just to increase the ticket. You're selling something that like significantly or directly impacts the customer's life, either in a way of convenience, in quality, in reliability, in service. And I like that you're saying, I'm going to give them things that they actually need. I
Yeah,
really love that. I wanted to make sure that if no one else picked up on that, I see you, brother.
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Super humbled, man. This has been an awesome interview. I want to respect your time because I recognize you've just got a couple minutes left here. What's next for ZB Electric? What do you see as your next big moves? And what's your vision for this, if you wouldn't mind sharing in short there, Zach?
Um, Wow, I've got a lot of stuff in my head, vision wise. I think the biggest move for us right now is like I said, I've been in the field, I've been playing electrician and businessman, and that is taking a toll. So um, I think hiring is our next thing. Hiring a lead guy, just trying to get the processes nailed down, and then scale up. I think that's the most important thing, is having the processes and the backside, office work, those things lined out, and then trying to scale even further. So
Nice. So you can spend more time in the bush?
yeah, that's right.
This time getting
Awesome.
paid for it. I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Is there anything else, any other bit of your personal message or anything you wanted to tell anyone who's listening to this?
Um, I think number one is just get your pricing right. Know your why. Get your pricing right. And when it gets tough, just stick it out. Just stick to it. Know that it's going to work. If you get a plan or you need a plan, and stick to that plan. Uh, some little things will change, but the main thing is stick to the plan, especially if you have a business coach like I do. Stick to their plan, it's going to work. So, yeah.
I love that, Zach. It's truly been a pleasure, man. Joe, any last words for Zach before we let him go today?
Zach, if anything, the only thing I just want to add is a thank you. It's not every day that you run into someone that is not just coachable, but is a genuine pleasure to coach. And I want to say you are one of those kind of people. And I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the opportunity that I've had to serve you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank y'all for what y'all do.
Truly our pleasure.
And thank you, Zach, for your contribution. Speaking of which, in part of that contribution, I know sometimes people listen to this and maybe they want to reach out. Is that something you're open to, having a messenger chat with someone if they wanted to talk to you about this?
Yeah, definitely. Send me a message and we'll talk.
Thanks, Zach.
Mhm.
Have a great one, brother. We'll see
All
you
right.
soon.
Take care.
Wow.
I know, right? That is a heavy hitting individual.
Zach's story is so impressive to me, Joe. And obviously that's why we've invited him here. And I really hope everyone's enjoyed this one. That one went a bit longer than we wanted. Is there anything else you wanted to highlight from that really stood out, Joe?
I guess the one thing that I really hope that if anyone takes away from, it's that Zach's the kind of individual who understands what his priorities are and is willing to put them on the schedule. It's one thing to say, like, I know who I am and I know what I want, and still not make the event. But the fact that he would literally say, I'm going to take this and I'm not going to take a call because I'm going to commit to this shows not only the kind of person he is, the kind of father he is, the kind of friend he is, but the kind of business that he's running. It's really an amazing operation. You don't see things like this all the time.
100%. There was an action item buried in there. I know you claimed it right away, but just to paint the picture, that is an action item for you folks. Go ahead, take action, put yourself on the calendar, put what needs to be done next on the calendar, put your future next so that you have this path lit for you to follow. Get some vitality back. Grow your business through that extra energy, because passing that energy in brightening other people is going to take you a long way, as it has Zach. Have complete faith in everything that's about to happen for him as well. Continue to happen, I should say. And final notes on this one, guys. If you haven't got it yet, you can grab Zach's top 3 secrets that he mentioned today. He discussed that sustainable pricing in their pricing exercise. You're going to be able to get that as part of this value piece, providing the options as part of it, but also the CSR, why your CSR should be your next hire. Guys, all of that wrapped up into one value piece bundle. So you can get that by commenting on this post, engaging with us on the Facebook group, and that I think the code is ZB Top 3 for that one. Other than that, guys, this has been another powerful episode of Electricpreneur Secrets, episode 215, how ZB's doubling sales while enjoying life. Thank you, Zach, again, and thank you, Joe, again. This has been another episode of us helping you master your sales, simplify your pricing, and deliver premium level electrical service. Cheers to your success. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Can't wait for it. See y'all soon.